All right, welcome to another episode of the Uplevel, your online business show with me, Sarah. This is a long time coming. My podcast manager, this is for you, Daniel, keeps on telling me we don't have any more episodes in the vault. I have just felt a little bit uninspired in terms of what it is that I want to talk about on this podcast. But then as I was thinking about it today, I was like, wow, there are actually a lot of things that I need to talk to you guys about. From and really based off of a lot of the things that I have been testing in my business this year. So I have taken a little bit of a hiatus, but I'm coming back. I feel like we probably took about a month off. So it's not terrible, right? It's not that bad at all. All right. So I wanted to kind of explain a little bit of what I've been doing and why it's so important to really make sure that you have the right information in front of you when you are making big business decisions and investments, because sometimes you can kind of just drain your money. And I want to be really transparent, really honest about a lot of the things that we've been up to over here on my team, because I think it's really important that people understand this. And so there's a lot of coaches and there are a lot of people in this industry right now who are kind of just like touting, let's just focus on lower ticket stuff. Like lower ticket is better. You're just going to get way more clients. You can reach way more people, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And there are actually some coaches who are like, oh, I did high ticket. Now I'm only doing low ticket, and low ticket is so much better. And let me tell you something. I have kind of created like a hybrid model within my business of high and low ticket. And so I really, really love the hybrid model. I really do feel like that's where it's at when you're scaling. But we tried and tested the methods for low ticket funnels. And, this is coming from me. I've made multiple seven figures in this online business, especially within the past few years. So I know a lot about scalability. My team has been working with me for a really long time. We've been testing out all these models. And so every time that I kind of go into doing more tests for a low ticket funnel, what I find is that it's so much more complex than people actually try to say it is, in all honesty. And I'm at about the fourth month of testing out like low ticket funnels. And it's not only me, I have a few really, really high end business friends who are all really struggling with the model. And so this is why I will, I will die on this hill. I say that a lot about this. And it is that high ticket is always going to be easier than low ticket, especially for beginners. And I see some of my clients who are like, oh, I really want to try one of those low ticket funnels. And I'm like, sure, we'll make one, right? Like we'll make one together. We'll do all of the work for it. But just to let you know, like this is a lot more complex. It's a lot more complicated. And then when they actually go out to build it, they're like, oh my goodness, there's so many steps to this. I'm like, yeah. And the steps for a high ticket funnel are just so fewer. There's such fewer steps that go or kind of go into developing a high ticket funnel for your business. And so a lot of people ask me, like, should I be focusing on low ticket? Which one should I be focusing on first? And I'm here to tell you, being in online business for 8 years now, my personal opinion about this, especially after coaching thousands of women in high ticket and even in low ticket, high ticket is infinitely better, easier to set up, and ultimately more scalable in the short term. Now, once you hit a certain level, and so I have a client right now, she's at around $30,000 or $40,000 a month. Once you hit a certain level, low ticket becomes a really great opportunity for scalability, and I will never deny that. And I think it's fantastic. It's such a fantastic tool to have in your toolbox. And so that's usually when I recommend putting in low ticket funnels. Of course, if you have a lot of time in the beginning of your business and you just want to experiment with things and you're like, ooh, it could be really fun to do low ticket, then by all means do it. I actually did a few low ticket funnels in the beginning of my yoga and wellness coaching business about 9 years ago, and it was great. And I really enjoyed doing them. But the fact of the matter is the thing that really allowed me to quit my 9 to 5 and to go into my business full time was focusing on the high ticket. The high ticket was always the one that generated me most of the income. Low ticket, what it does really, really well is it helps you to ascend people into a high ticket model, meaning it gives people a taste of working with you for a very small amount. And then after that taste of working with you for a really small amount, then they feel more confident in going to a higher ticket program. And so that's one of the best uses for a low ticket funnel in 2026 is truly to get more people to just know, like, and trust you at a faster rate. And one of the best ways to do that is for them to actually put money in, so commit to you financially, but for a lower cost, so it's less risk for them, and then figure out, if you're genuine or not. And usually if you are genuine and if you do have really, really great programs, you're going to send a lot of people. And so popular ascension rates in terms of how many people go from low ticket to high ticket is typically around like 20 to 30% of people who are in like a low ticket offer will go into a high ticket offer. Sometimes you can have more than that, especially if the offers are really, really aligned and the prices are really aligned with your ideal client. I've personally had up to like 40, 50% of people go over from a low ticket to a high ticket, which is incredible. And that's why I continue to do the low ticket funnels as well. But one of the biggest things that I would say about this is if you don't already have people coming into high ticket programs, if you can't get someone for session to session or for a package for high ticket, creating a low ticket offer is not going to magically solve your problems. And I think this is the thing that a lot of people, it's a really tough pill to swallow. But I think it's really important to understand that if you don't already have people coming in and paying you at a higher amount, you're not going to have more people coming in and paying you at a lower amount. A lot of people think that that's what's going to happen. And it's just unfortunately not true. I wish it was true, but it's actually, so when people don't purchase for your high ticket programs, it's actually more of a problem with your messaging versus it being a problem with the price point that you have. So the next time that you are kind of like, oh my God, well, what should I do? Should I just go into low ticket? Like, which one do I start with? I would always start with something that's higher just because it's easier to bring people into something that's higher. There's way less check associated with it. But then, of course, once you actually get to a point in your business where you're making a really solid amount of money and you need to scale, but you can no longer handle a lot of the one-to-one work, that's where low ticket comes in. And it's such a fantastic thing to bring in because to manage ads at a low offer funnel is honestly, it takes so much data analysis. It takes so much tweaking of small little things. Versus if you think about it, if you're just selling one person a high ticket package, you can really customize a lot more of it to that one person. But if you're selling someone a $27 program, there's so many different metrics and analyses that you need to do in order to make sure that that one thing can sell to a whole bunch of people. And some people get really lucky with it. They kind of like strike gold with it. But honestly, it's such a small percentage of people who actually do versus what I've seen is that people who really adhere to a higher ticket model and sell at higher price points, anyone can do it because it's so much simpler. So much simpler. So if you wanted to kind of see a perspective in terms of like, should I do low ticket? Should I do high ticket? That would be my kind of solution for you is first go into high. Once you're at a certain level, then add in the low. And then that's when it all makes more sense for you to kind of like have both. If you feel like it would just be fun to have a low ticket offer, then by all means go do it. But in terms of it being your primary income source, especially when you don't have a really great audience or a really big audience, it's going to be tough. And the last thing, of course, with all of that is if you have problems getting people into a higher ticket program or a high ticket offer, offering people a low ticket offer is not actually the solution. The solution is honing in on and really refining your target messaging. That is going to make so much more of a difference. But low ticket offers are great. They're awesome. I still have them. I'm still doing them. But coming from someone who has done both and now spent a lot of time and finances on both, I can tell you hands down, like the high ticket offer and the high ticket offer suite is the easiest, simplest thing to do, especially when you're starting and also when you're scaling. It's so much easier to just get people into a very, very simple high ticket program. So that's my analysis for you. That's kind of what we've been doing, what we've been working on over the past few months. We've been really trying out different systems, and I found the winning system for me. So that's really helpful. And of course, I mean, I do recommend these systems and these funnels, the low ticket funnels, to my clients, but it needs to make sense. It needs to make sense for where you're at in business. So ask yourself those questions. And hopefully you learned some really great information from this episode. So thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you guys next time.
Thanks for listening to the Uplevel Your Online Business Show. If you enjoy our show and would like the show notes and free goodies about how to grow your online coaching business, head over to sarahjlorero.com for more information. We hope you'll tune in next time.